Okay, let's be honest, stop strolling. Hey, you want to trade penny stocks? You got a low account, you don't have that much money? Well, I'm going to show you in this video how I trade penny stocks, my setup, and what's the best time to get in these trades. So stay tuned. Now, in this video, I'm going to let you on a few secrets. I'm going to actually show you my strategy and the things that I've been doing for the past couple days. And it's been consistent and I've been profiting. Now, some of these wins are 20% wins, some of these 30, and I recently just had a 50% win. And so let's look into the charts and let's see how I'm doing this. All right, so we're looking at my charts. Right now, this is live, as you can see. This is aftermarket, and this is a low cap stock, DVLT. So if you were in this stock today, you can see this stock had ran up. Now, this is how I have my chart set up in the morning. And we're going to look at over here. I got three charts right here. One of these I'll usually have on the 1 minute, and over here I got the 3 minute, and then over here I usually turn this to the 5 minute, and sometimes I turn it to the 15 minute, but I usually keep it on the 5 minute. So you got the 1, you got the 3, and you got the 5. And then I kind of stretch this out so I can kind of see what's going on during the morning times. Over here, I like to have my news. Remember, news and the catalyst is what you look for when you're finding these stocks. Over here, I got level 2 up, so I know exactly what's going on. I got some RSI down here. Now, I do got my news pulled up over here. I got level 2 with any stock, low cap stock in the morning before I trade. One of my secrets is it has to have volume and it has to have some news, which I'll explain a little bit later. But this is where I put my news at so I can easily see it. Over here at the bottom, you can see I got my RSI. I got my RSI over here. And then I have some volume right here that I can see what the volume is doing. Not that difficult. I don't have too many indicators. I don't have the VWAP up. All I do is I got my markings, my lines, where I draw my lines, my support and my resistance. Now, this stock, I have to mention while we're looking at it now where it's live, DVLT. Oh my goodness, this stock ran. Now this stock didn't just take off pre-market. It took off with the market open. As you can see over here on this chart where it was almost around 39 cents. And this stock went all the way to 79 cents. So if you got in this, you're very happy. Now it's pre-market now. You can see it is trading down. So let's go over here. Another thing that I do have on here, I have my watch list. I have my watch list over here to the left. And this is kind of what I use to find some of these stocks in the morning. I like to click it on this one. And it looks kind of jumbled. You can't see it right now. But when I stretch it out, I can see it just fine. It might be showing up a little bit different on the screen. So the main thing that I like to do, I have this organized from the top volume. So over here, I instantly know what ticker has the most volume. And I like to click on these first 5. If it has low volume, I do not want to trade this stock because volume pushes the stock. So that's exactly what I need. You know, my number 1 rule, it has to have volume. If it doesn't have volume, it's a dead stock. It's definitely a dead stock. Okay, so let's look at the stock right here. This is a stock that I did trade today in the early morning. It is NUAL, and I can show you an example. You can see in the middle, this is kind of, let's move this. Let me move my watch list back over here so it kind of makes a little sense. Now, to be honest with you, most of these stocks, I do not know what the company does, who the CEO is, and what they're manufacturing, selling, or whatever. The main thing I'm looking for is volume. I'm looking for a small market cap, and I'm looking for news. That's all. If it has that, I'm trading it. This is where I got in on this stock. Let's move this down right here. And this was around when it opened. I didn't catch it right off of there, but I did catch it around here. Now, if you're trading, depending on what platform you use, you can use WeBull and you can get in at 4 in the morning. I'm on Thinkorswim, so I had to wait till 7 o'clock. But if you use WeBull, you can trade early as 4 in the morning, and that you can get into these moves early. I have a link down in the description. If you need WeBull, you can just click on it and sign up for it. But here's where I got in at, y'all. Y'all can see where I marked my marker right there. And you do not need these stocks to run up because they're so cheap if you buy enough of them. And once they do run up, like right here, this was at 72 cents, and it went all the way up here to 97, almost went up to $1. But that is a nice move. That is a very nice move if you get in early. But with these stocks, you got to be quick because they are very volatile and they run. Now, when it did run, where do you trade at? So once I entered NU, I kind of rode that position all the way into market open. So what it did was it went all the way up here to $1.09. I knew people was going to take profit with that, and then it pulled back. So once you kind of know, when you see where it's not breaking that resistance, then you could sell it and always buy back in. So on the downside, it goes back down. And then right here, I already had drew my line where I knew where it was going to bounce. And this is another buy-in. I bought in right there, rolled it all the way up to 115. And that's when I took my profit and sold. And then, of course, as the market opened, wasn't too much interesting going on for this stock because everybody else was somewhere else. And as you can see, it trickled down. These stocks sometimes tend to run the next day, or they may run after market. But some of these stocks, I was only in for 10 minutes before it ran up and gave me 20%, 30%, and I took that profit. Now, another thing that helped me also finding these stocks during the morning was my chart assassin GPT. I have it in my Discord, so if you're trading with me in the morning in my Discord, make sure you use that. It pushes out alerts. It pushes out the top stocks that are trading during the morning at around 7 o'clock. So you definitely want to hop in there and you'll just get alerts on what is moving. So it's real easy. Save you a lot of time too. So you won't be scanning around looking for stocks that have volume, have news, and also have anything with a low float. So I got that in my Discord that you can just get all alerts every time it scans and pops up. Let's recap what we learned. That's my 7 a.m. playbook, y'all. I just gave it to you, the whole playbook. Now, here we go. Rule one, look for unusual volume. You want the volume to be real high. If you're going to get into any trade, it has to have volume, especially if you're trying to get in. Now, if you want to get into that trade and just sit all day and waiting for it to move, then buy something that has low volume. But number two, look for a news or a catalyst. It has to have something going on. Does it have earnings? Does it have a new merger? Does it have any AI? AI really pushes a stock. Does it have a new FDA approval? Anything like that, if it's a bioscience or any type of stock like that, if they got any of those type of news, did they go to phase 3? They was in phase 2. That's what I look for. If it has those key news, it's going to run. And the number one thing also, confirm it with the chart. Look at the chart and just see that. Does it have a low float? Is the market cap small? If the market cap's small and big money pushes into it, it's going to push that market cap up. The stock is going to go up. So those are my 3 things. That's my playbook that I look for in the morning before I trade. Key thing is to remember, it's very volatile. So I suggest you don't just go all in on it, because you may get in it and not know how to get out of it quick enough and it will drop down. So that has happened to me before, back in the early days. Now, those are the 3 things. If you combine all those 3 things, I guarantee that you will find a winner. Now remember, stocks are very volatile in the morning because that's a lot of volume in there. So make sure you have a stop. Put a stop on there. Say, hey, you always got to think of as a stop is, it's not that you're losing the trade. A stop is stopping you from taking a major loss. So you never want to take a major loss, because our goal is to rise our account up and stop letting it fall. So our number one goal is to grow our account, not to shrink our account. So make sure you have your stop. If you got any value from this breakdown, then make sure you hit the like button. Like I said, if you want that GPT and get these alerts on these low cap stocks and see them every morning, then definitely join my Discord. Hop in there and get into the alert room and you will get all that stuff. And make sure you hit that like, because that's going to push me out there to people that need to see this. But I appreciate you. I'm going to be back on another video. The next video is going to be amazing, because I'm going to show you 3 stocks that I know are low cap stocks, but they have the potential to rise. So you might want to get in there early.